Professor Pio Barone Lumaga, the director of the Innovation Design Lab, together with his students, recently came up with the idea of building a car from old parts from the scrapyard, the first of its kind in Namibia.
The solar electric taxi is an incredible simple object. It's much more simpler than internal combustion engine, so it's much more efficient. Think about that a solar taxi can use 85% of their energy for propulsion, while a normal internal combustion engine only 16%, so it's much more efficient. And the other one is that it's operating with zero carbon footprint, so it doesn't create climate changes. And the third one is that we capture the solar energy with the photovoltaic panel. We store a lithium-ion battery that are swapped at the node of rechargeable station. So essentially it's a lightweight vehicle. It's a vehicle that weighs maybe only 300 kilos, but is able to transport 350 kilos of person. This is a strategic project in terms of innovation, job creation, sustainable transportation, and how to build a high value added industrialization here in Namibia in a short term. So we expect to create original intellectual property and to foster through, we have a special learning approach here in Namibia, here in the Innovation Design Lab at NUST. We call it action learning. Through action learning, we hope to foster a new generation of Namibian entrepreneurs, technologists, and researchers. And by doing so, we need help. I think that it's such a big project that we need all the support that we can get from ministries, from public-owned companies, and from private investors.
A team of students, mainly third-year mechanical engineering students, including a mechanical fitter from the Windhoek Vocational Training Centre WVTC, made the first solar taxi, also known as Frankenstein.
We faced a lot of challenges. First one was the parts, of which we really didn't have enough funds to buy the brand new parts. Therefore, we went to the spare centers, scrapyard, and we corrected all the old materials from old used cars. For instance, we got the tires. These are the emergency tires from spare centers, and most of the parts as well. And the chairs and the steering wheels and all these parts here, we got them from the spare centers. These are the motorbikes tires that we also got from spare centers. And yeah, and this body of the car, of our first prototype, as you can see, it's really a big mess. It's not really up to standard. We just did it ourselves out of metal, steel, of which we just welded it ourselves.
They stressed that they wanted the second prototype to be done early next year, but would like the bottom part of the prototype to be done and running by December.
We are going to look at 4 major differences of this new car from the first one. This first one, as you notice, is we used aluminium. The frame is made out of aluminium, which is much lighter and also easier to machine. So another thing is what we have added is that we are using flexible solar panels. And we'll be using flexible solar panels so that the panels shape the body of the car. Because this car will also have a real body, like an actual car, unlike the Frankenstein, my professor calls it, which is just a frame without a body. And also, thirdly, we'll be using two in-wheel hub motors, which are 3 kilowatts each. So in total, we have 6 kilowatts, as compared to the previous one, which only had 1 motor. That was 5 kilowatts, if I'm not mistaken.
For leg, but maybe on this side, come over here. You know, as you see, diesel is very small, but if we have, exactly. So this one, maybe we needed to bring it up a little bit more. So,
we are hoping early next year, hopefully January, February. But our aim is by December at least we have this bottom chassis moving.
NUST showcased their very own solar taxi invention at the first robotics workshop for Namibian youth in October last year.